I'm just... What is Hagen? That is weird. Oh, Tom probably did that. Anyway, probably just moved it to get out of the way. It's another day. Boo! You're back. Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. Oh, maybe that's why I was supposed to do this. I was going to sit outside and listen to the birds. Welcome. It's another episode of Eddie's Funhouse. I have my green tea. Small pieces of ice can be a choking hazard. I almost choked on a piece of ice just now. I'm glad my bite reflexes were up and running. So everyone, welcome. I have my beef jerky. I have my green tea. And focused mind. I need to have a focused mind. No more scatterbrain. I've noticed most of my life has been worrying about things. How long's I gone? How long was I gone? I don't know. I was gone for at least a day or two. I guess it's time for the fart gun. I'm starting to look like King Leonidas. This is Sparta. This is Sparta. I make new vid now. All right. I don't know if you understand this because Google Translate, but today you sprained your foot. We got to stop hurting ourselves. That's to it. That's all there is to it. We just have to stop hurting ourselves. They wouldn't need to build hospitals if we stop hurting ourselves. Pay more attention to what we're doing. We wouldn't have to run to the hospital. We need to do something about these diseases. We need to stop diseases. We need to stop hereditary diseases, hereditary conditions. We need to study DNA a lot more closely. We need to stop allowing suffering. Oh, you did understand it. Fart gun. That's right. I have it ready. It is a gun that farts. The world is a vampire sent to drain. Secret destroyer. Hold you up to the flame. Music tells us a lot. If we just listen to music, The musicians or the songwriters, they have a story to tell. Where is it? Right here. I want to invest in a bunch of these. When I come into some money, I could start by selling my first jaw harp. There's so few people know about these. Every time I play it, they go, "What is that in your hand? What is that you're playing?" And I can be the introducer. I can be give people an introduction to the jaw harp. If more people play jaw harps, the world would be a fun place. Hello, hi, hello. We're 6 minutes into the show. Would I survive a zombie apocalypse? I think there's a zombie apocalypse. We're misunderstanding the zombification of a human being. The zombification, I believe, begins at age 50. And we're all infected. There's no way around the zombification of a human being. See, we're all taught that zombies eat people, that zombies eat brains. Hello, Jessica. Oh, you said hi, Betty. Hi, Betty. I'm moving to the Netherlands. Oh, cool. I hope you have a safe flight. So tomorrow, you're hopping on a plane to the Netherlands. You're back. Yeah, I think people misunderstand the zombie apocalypse. We're all told that zombies eat brains and eat flesh and walk the earth, but we turn into zombies, and we don't have to be bitten by a zombie. We just have to wait. Because if you spend time around people, as long as I have, and seen a lot of people age, that's the zombification. It's me, Pink. Hello. Let me see if I can catch up here. Yeah. Jessica, Astro. How can I know it's Pink if your name is Astro? I mean, I mean like The Last of Us. Fuji takes over brains if you eat certain foods. For done, there's a lot of different zombie movies and games. I've noticed that. I was Eddie's 2000 sub CBRB. Be right back. Emma said hi. Hey, Eddie. Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. We're talking about the zombification of the human being. I've seen a lot of zombies. Zombies are gray. And, yeah, we're taught zombies are green. But I beg to differ. I'd like to do a documentary about the zombification of the human being. Hey, Eddie. Oh, I already read that. Your brother is coming. I think if we just start to be contented. Hold on a second. Told you. Hello, Pinky. Oh my God. You need to watch The Walking Dead. My brother's wife likes The Walking Dead. I don't know if it's still a thing. I get what you mean. People become zombies in your life by being boring. Yeah, and stuff. But would you survive the actual... It depends on how many zombies there are. If there are just millions of zombies, you'd run out of food. You'd run out because you can't go out and grow crops. You can't go out and hunt because you're basically dodging zombies. So how could you get adequate food supply? An adequate food supply. Be right back again. Told you. See, people ask me if I remember them, but they come at me with different, hello, Mike D. We need Eddie's Funhouse. I love you. I know where you live. Said hi. Astro said hi. Hello, Ella. Thoughts on crime? Gold Dust. Oh, on Cherry Gold Dust wants to meet you with a meet. I have 90 subs. Good. Give it more time. Do you remember me? I think so. People keep changing their profiles. They change their profiles and they ask me, do you remember me? My cat is nonstop sneezing. What do I do? I don't... Oh, Kingdom of Pets. That link is in the description. Kingdom of Pets. It's a link that takes you to a website that has to do with pet care. Flint and Steel. The cat is has something on his nose. Okay. Possibly. Yeah, Kingdom of Pets. That is in my description. Click on the link. That's my link in the description. And you can read up on pet care. My birthday is 13 days. You're so excited. All right. Well, let me know and I can sing happy birthday when it's your birthday. No, I'm the man, the myth, also legend. Yes, I do. Yes, I do remember you. I remember you. No, Easter, sorry. I took my vet. I took my vet to 2 weeks and he had a piece of straw in his nose. I see, so it's probably causing an allergic reaction. She finally stopped. She was sneezing for 30, wow, poor kitty. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. 8 me. Oh, you're going to be 8. Carl's going to be 8. My birthday is in July 26th. Okay. We'll have to remember that. So I can sing happy birthday. That's what I do for my fans. There we go. It's my BB day, November 21st. Well, just remind me on your birthday, because that's a lot of birthdays to remember. I just pray I'll be able to get along with my mom more. I want to be able to get along with my mom. I don't think that's a hard, I don't think that's, I think that's a reasonable request. Oh, and you'll be able to get a tactical pen. Tactical pen. That's also in the description for self-defense. Self-defense, and it has a window breaker in case you want to break out of your car. Smash that window. It makes me wonder. It just makes me wonder, that's all. What are we thinking about most of the time? Day you should watch FPE. Hey, I'm new. Hello and welcome. The thing that lives. It's a wrap. Just keep loving her. She loves you too. I know. We have our moments. I think we don't see other people's moments. We don't see the moments of other people. So that's why we think we're struggling. Hey, oh yeah, I read that. What's up? You're here. Hello, Corey. Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. Hope you do. I think what we need to do is be more patient. There are a lot of things that are happening, I've noticed. I think we're starting to see our manifestations faster. When we think about things, consciously or unconsciously, things are manifesting faster. So don't look at your circumstances. Ed, when's your birthday? Next month. My birthday is next month. Right now it's May. My birthday is in June. So I guess my birthday's coming up. I'm going to have to find out a way to celebrate it. That's where your tips can go. If you tip me, I can have birthday money. Happy early birthday. It's not very early. I just got to wait a month. Then I'll have to remember that I'm 57 years old. I'm going to be 57 years old. Why do we pay so much attention to time? Time is something that was invented. A long time ago, it used to be either day or night, or it's almost night. And then years. People invent years. How do we even, if you were to just fall asleep one day and forget what day it was, and nobody ever told you, would you even know what time it was, what day it was? You would just know day or night. How old are you? Oh, my mom is 76 years old. 76 years old. She's had a hard physical life. She's been through a lot physically. Are you a Gemini? I'm a Gemini. I'm the twin. A lot of entertainers are Geminis. I was astounded. Your mom is 63. All right. She's still a little young there as far as my mom. If you're to compare your mom to my mom, she's still a little young. Your mom is my grandma. Or really? My mom and your, yeah, my mom has some grandkids. She's got some great grandkids. Her grandkids had grandkids. I guess if you live long enough, you'll be a great grandma or a great grandpa. Generations happen like every 20 to 40 years. Entire generations. Or every 70 years, depending on how old your grandma decides to be on the face of the earth. What's funny is if you don't want to live anymore, nobody's there to help you. Nobody cares. If you don't want to live anymore, say you've lived your life, you're done, you're ready to check out, nobody's there to help you. Like Dr. Kevorkian. Remember Dr. Kevorkian? They called him Dr. Death. He just wanted to help people who were in chronic pain, people who didn't want to live anymore. They're starting to do that in Canada, or they have been. Your cancer, okay. The crab. hard on the outside and soft on the inside. My brother was born Cancer. That's interesting how accurate zodiac signs are. Your mom is 44. Okay, that's still pretty young. You're a Scorpio. I think we can. Yes. Scorpios and Aries. I seem to get along with Aries and some Scorpios. Female Scorpios, I notice they take a little interest in me for a few minutes and then they see all my faults. I think that's what Scorpios are good at. They're good at seeing faults. They're real. But you know what? A lot of Geminis do marry Scorpios. My nephew married a Scorpio and he's a Gemini. So yeah, it's interesting. The CIA studies that closely. The the zodiac signs. You need to listen to Hope by XX Tennican. I need to listen to something that calms me down. A lot of times I just need to calm down. Where's my Gemini wife? She ain't here yet. I think so. It's a mixture of air and water, but I've noticed air and fire get along too, because Scorpio is a water sign. And they're ruled by Mars. I think that's why I get along with Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. Aries and Scorpio, they have, but Scorpio is Mars and Pluto. It's interesting to know all this stuff and watch people. I can usually detect what sign a person is by how they, just by watching them for a while, you know. And also being receptive to my extrasensory. We do have extra senses. We don't just have sight, taste, sound, and touch and all that. We have extra senses. I think we need to stop ignoring those extra senses. Like when we feel that somebody is thinking of us or thinking about us. Usually, guess who back again? Shades back, tell a friend. That almost sounds like Tim and Eric when they were trying to write a jingle for Rolos. Give it to a friend. I like watching Tim and Eric. I need to watch more Tim and Eric. It's been a while. We are born with a third eye. You get older, little kids. You know what? I think we get distracted too much by the physical realm and we ignore the spiritual realm. That's why I love meditating. When you close your physical eyes, your spiritual eyes open up. Yeah, your third eye. They call it the ajna. Ajna means the command. It's the command chakra. Yeah, that third eye. They say it's in front of your pineal gland or pineal gland. And that's what they try to calcify our pineal gland. That's why we need to slow down in life. It's by Eminem. Okay. Eminem's a Virgo, I think. I think he's a Virgo. Jack Black is also a Virgo, I think. I think, therefore I am. Yeah, important. The pineal gland is, yeah. And also our heart. Our heart IQ is a lot more, our hearts are very intelligent. Our heart understands things before our heads do. But we become too dependent upon not to say our minds are wrong, Our head knowledge sometimes hinders us. So I am Steve. That's right. See how easily distracted we are? Oh, a shiny object. Oh, look, a squirrel. And then our subconscious mind is always working on things. We need to slow down and understand our subconscious mind. Because this world was created for confusion. It's purpose. It's on purpose that we're confused. Well, you're all heart. Yes, much heart. Because if we pay attention to our heart and what's going on in there, because the Bible says it's with the man's heart he believes unto salvation. With the mouth man confesses, and with his heart he believes unto salvation. So our salvation is what we really believe. You can't believe in a God that can't save you. You can't be saved if you believe in a God that doesn't save you or can't save you. Ed, can you play guitar? No, just a flute. I tried to learn a guitar. I had two different people try to teach me. I think they just wanted money. That's pretty much it. They said, "Where's the money?" And I came in with my guitar, my pick, my tuner. I bought everything. I bought the amplifier, the plug, the tuner, the extra strings, and I learned how to tune the guitar. And I can strum and pick, and that was about it. And I think I have trouble remembering like finger positions, chords, certain chords. Easter bunnies get drunk at Easter, and then tuning each of those chords. And I'm left-handed, so I think that's what screwed me up is I'm left-handed. Most people are right-handed, and I think guitar teachers are right-handed. My dad, would you pay? My dad. Oh, he would pay me to teach? My dad would pay you to teach you. Oh, okay. That sounds like a good deal. I'll show up, I'll get paid, and I'll learn how to play guitar. I like that song. Play guitar, play guitar. Forget about all that macho shit and learn how to play guitar. And it makes sense. A lot of people need, if they're good at guitar, they can become a part of a band. Do you have a dog? No, I had a dog and it passed away. What's harsh is I was there when the dog died. I had to sit by and watch my dog die, which was really harsh. And yeah, he was the family friend. I know, it's hard. It's hard to just talk about stuff like that. It kills the mood. It just kills the mood. But you know what? We're all convinced that we're gonna die. We all, I guess, can agree or disagree that we're all gonna die. I just don't want to be there when it happens. That's what Woody Allen said. I keep repeating that. Woody Allen, he said that I'm not afraid of death. I just don't want to be there when it happens. Me too. I felt lost. Passed away a few years ago. Me too. It was like last year. And I guess I need to focus. Whatever you focus on becomes your reality. My brother is always telling me about somebody who died or is had a few strokes. I need to tell my brother, stop focusing on that, because you're going to see more of it. You're going to see more death. You're going to see more people going through physical trials. I've noticed that. I've stopped focusing on death, and I don't see it anymore. But my brother, he's like a walking obituary. You know, he, oh my, so and so died, and this is how he died, and suicides and all that. It's like, stop, stop focusing on that. You're gonna see more suicides. Yeah, he was. Somebody was spraying poison, lethal to dogs. Yeah. What's harsh is antifreeze. Dogs love antifreeze, and it kills them. Dogs love chocolate, and it kills them. And uh, chicken bones. Turns out chicken bones. Don't let your dog chew on a chicken bone. You got to be really careful about that. One of my cats has gone missing. Oh, wow. Sometimes that's their behavior. I've watched that happen. A cat will just go, and I won't see them for a while, and then they'll show up. I think what it is they have more than one home. That's their survival skill is have more than one home, and they'll chill at somebody else's house. Some people put cameras on their cat's neck just to see where they go. I think that's what it is. Maybe your cat just is chilling at his other home. We think we own our cats. Cats they have staff. They don't have owners. So maybe that'll give you some hope. Just give it some time. But then sometimes we have to let our animals go. And that's the hard part. We have no trouble adopting an animal or going to get an animal. The hard part is when they get sick. When they get sick and they have to be put down. It's like we don't prepare ourselves for that part. And there's little support, I think. Your friends go, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But there's little or no support for a person whose dog died. I think the best thing is videotape them. Make, yeah, make videos of your dog. That's what I did. Then I could just go look at those videos and think about my dog. That's not true. If you raised your kitty from birth, like me, they are loyal. Yeah. People don't think about that because they say dogs are so loyal, but cats are intelligent. I was watching a video where a kid was about to crawl off a balcony and the cat stopped the kid from crawling off the edge of the balcony. Or they'll chase away somebody like a dog. There was a video I saw of a kid being rushed by a dog, and the cat came out and just tore into that dog and scared it away. So yeah, you can have a bodyguard. Your cat can be your bodyguard. Birds are smart too. Like some crimes have been solved because of what the parrot repeats, or the cockatoo, or yeah, that was on a couple of Morbid Facts episodes. These are things to think about. It's good to have some animal friends. Dude, that's awesome. A kid was saved from a cat. Dogs saved. Yeah, dogs too. Yes. And children save their siblings. There was a story of a girl who was being attacked by a pit bull, and her brother got in there, and he says, "I'm glad it was me and not her." The pit bull kind of tore him up a bit, but it's good to have friends, because you never know that you can be a good friend to someone else, or another person can be a good friend to you. And it's touching, to know that people, like there was a story of a girl who pushed some kids out of the way of a moving vehicle. She didn't make it, but they did. Like self-sacrifice. I would have died to a gang member when I was young if I didn't have my pit bull. Yeah, I've heard them called nanny dogs. Pit bulls are called nanny dogs. They're they're usually good at protecting kids, but also they attack kids. So that's pit bulls. Yeah, there's something that makes pit bulls go after small dogs. I guess it's their instinct, their predatory nature, the nature of them going after easier prey. Bad boy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Yeah. I think there's a lot of stuff that we really need to pay attention to. Really, really get in touch with your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind will work on things without your knowledge or consent. There's so many things that we do subconsciously. 95% of what we do is subconscious. And we wonder why we don't succeed sometimes. So sometimes I think that caused by being abused. Yeah. Any animal has its snapping point. Like orcas, orcas in the wild have never attacked a human. Orcas usually attack when in captivity, you know. Like one orca did a trick and didn't get its reward and held its captor or its trainer underwater, tore her up. Chimpanzees are like that too. This one guy brought a birthday cake to a chimpanzee for its birthday. All the chimpanzees got jealous, all the other ones, and tore him apart. So yeah, we need to be. It's very volatile. Some of our animal interspecies diplomacy, if you want to call it that. You always think that everything's cool until that day when they're eating your face, or lions and tigers and bears. We think everything's cool until they just go into their natural mode, of I need to eat meat right now. Yeah, in Florida, I heard about those orcas. Yeah, stories. I know. We need Eddie's Funhouse so we can talk about being eaten by animals and helping each other. Sometimes our pets. A cat dialed 911 one time. I heard a story about that. There was a cat. They noticed her odor. Somehow the owner taught the cat how to dial 911. So I guess the cat was his life alert. It's amazing. We underestimate the intelligence of animals, and we underestimate our own intelligence. Intelligence is something you're born with. It's not about going to school and, you know, acing your tests and all that. Sometimes intelligence is something you're born with. Otherwise, you can put a whole bunch of people in a room together, teach them the same lesson, and some people do a lot better because they're just born with intelligence. And some people were born with lots of strength, lots of stamina. So, but then again, how do you live that down? You put so much effort into life. Comrade. Hey there, comrade. Good day. Do you think animals can feel love, emotions? I do, but some people think they just want food. Oh, watch elephants. Watch the behavior of elephants. Watch the behavior of birds. And you'll start to see Coco the gorilla is a good example. Coco the gorilla heard that Robin Williams had died. And Coco learned a lot of sign language. She was taught sign language. Also, yeah, and they know dogs. Just study dogs and what happens when an owner passes away. They go through depression. They don't want to live anymore sometimes. Yes, animals can feel affection. Oh yeah, they love you when you come home. I've watched dogs sit and wait for kids to come home until we meet again. Until we meet again. Yes. These are interesting topics, aren't they? You know, there is a lot more. I guess it's human arrogance, or until you start watching other creatures and how intelligent they are and how they survive. They care for their babies, you know. They watch out for their babies just like us. I think it's a universal thing. Dude, cats get mad if you're not home. They do, yeah, because they're waiting. There's been times when I've been away from the house and my mom will tell me, Shaggy was waiting for you. He was watching the door. You know, that's something to be considered. Yeah, if you're not home, Eddie, if I had a school trip today, you lost your voice. Was it a lot of singing? A lot of like, yeah, I'm about to lose my voice. Hello, Botala, Botala edits. Yeah. Well, I guess you won't lose your voice if you're typing. People who lose their voice should have a keyboard, you know. Who was that? It was that physicist in a wheelchair. Oh my God, I forgot his name already. God, I got his picture in my head. Stephen Hawking. Remember Stephen Hawking? Didn't he use a keyboard to talk? That's how he communicated. He would never have to lose his voice. He could just keyboard whatever he wanted to say. Okay, that's enough with this spamming. That's enough spamming in capital letters. I guess today is a good day. Chicken jockey. That's what got the movie pulled from theaters. The movie was pulled from theaters. Hello, super shorts. Donated to you $100. Okay. Please don't spam. That's all I ask. Spamming is annoying and it takes up time from other people because they got to get past all your spamming. Be considerate. Consider the fact that people can't say lava chicken, spicy as hell. See, a lot of people won't be able to see that movie now because a bunch of selfish people decided to throw popcorn around whenever that scene when they were in the wrestling ring and he says chicken jockey, everybody started throwing popcorn. I am Steve and I am Eddie from Eddie's Funhouse. I am Steve. And then there was, yeah, chicken jockey. That's horrible. All those people who haven't had a chance to see the movie yet, they can't see it now because a bunch of people trashed the theater. People were having to be refunded. Tung Shuar? Yeah. All I can do is all I can do and laugh at the rest. I think that's what I haven't done much of is laughing. I've got to laugh. My mom seems to be so anti-laughter. I'll try to make jokes about things. She's just not having it. She doesn't, she's not having it. Whenever I laugh at things or joke about something, I think that's what it is we're spending too much time together. There is a drawback to spending too much time together. Did you see they're coming out with Lilo and Stitch live action? That's not gone away, has it? Lilo and Stitch. I see so many T-shirts and stuffed animals, or what do I call it? They call them plush toys that are. How are you? Good day. It's Rick. Go. How's Georgia? It's pretty quiet right now. We get thunderstorm warnings. So, yeah, it is afternoon. Good afternoon. What is it, 4 o'clock? No, it's 3:52. Looks like I got 2 messages already. Your name is MASH. I meant to put afternoon. I see. That's all right. Don't be so hard on yourself. It's time for more jaw harp. So cats get mad when you don't come home on time. What if you get a flat tire? What if you get pulled over? Or what if you have to go to the bathroom? I guess you'll have to explain. You'll have to explain that. I'm going to change my channel name. Okay. That's up to you, man. Or whoever. We're so interested in gender now. You live in Georgia. Ed, you went to Australia once. The traffic, yeah. And they drive on the left side of the road, don't they, in Australia? Like in the UK? Australia. They have an interesting sense of humor there. Their humor is different in Australia. I've never been to Australia. It must be there's a lot of things that could kill you in Australia. Or at least make your life different than it was before. Not Australia. Oh, Atlanta. Sorry, I misread. Did I say Australia? I said. Oh, it is. Wow. Aussies must be thinking of me today. They call it spooky action at a distance, or quantum entanglement. When someone's thinking of you, you're sometimes thinking of them. So Atlanta, I've been to Atlanta. It's a scary place. Atlanta, I've seen a lot. I didn't want to stay there long. That doesn't seem like a place where you can snuggle in. I live near Hiram. Hiram is quickly becoming like Atlanta. There's no skyscrapers or anything. There's just lots of buildings, lots of roads, lots of accidents, car accidents. I'm sorry, Atlanta. Atlanta. I am soon to be 57 years old. I hate saying that. It's like I'm being forced to say it. I am 57 years old. I will be in a couple of days. Next month. I think what I want is sushi on my birthday. I want a good sushi. You're 6? All right. How does it feel to be 6 in the year 2000s? Yes, bro. Tell me about Atlanta traffic. It's crazy, though. They go 30 miles an hour. That's right. I've noticed going into Hiram, the posted speed limit is 55 miles an hour and 60. If you're not going at least 60 miles an hour, good luck. You're 13. All right. We got the younger generation. We've got the chicken jockeys, the chicken jockey generation, the Minecraft generation. I chipped my tooth with my phone yesterday. I was holding my phone while I was laying in bed, and somehow I lost control of the phone, and it hit me right in the teeth. And I thought, most people chip their teeth on a jaw harp. I chipped my phone. No, I don't. My nephew plays Minecraft. And a lot of kids who were dressed up for Halloween, they were dressed up as Minecraft characters. A couple of years ago, I was recording some of the costumes. If you look back over my short videos, you'll see a lot of the costumes. I should do that every year. Just show the different costumes that people dress up at, for each year. Just leave the date, the timestamp, and then just have people walk up and show off their costumes and see what's popular back then. Do you think somebody who is 69 knows the 69s? I think they do. They don't call it that though. I guess I'll start calling this PG-13 because this says not for kids, but kids still show up. But anyways, that's parental discretion is advised. That's what I can put on here before I start each show. I wonder because one night there's a lot of terminology that people don't use anymore. Because I grew up in like the 70s and the 80s. Yeah. So you talk Danish. Well, that's cool. So Danish, that's Denmark, right? Denmark? The Denmark or the Danish? Or Denmark is where the Danish live. This is what I do to fight boredom. I play the jaw harp. I so badly want to do an adult show so we could talk about things like that, stuff that actually makes us laugh. So there have been times where I start an adult show and kids start talking to me. It's like you clicked through. You're supposed to verify that you're 18 before you can talk to me. Would you survive a Squid Game? I don't play Squid Game. There's another Gorilla Tackle or something like that. That's more for my nephews and nieces. My nephews and nieces play games like that. Bye. Thank you for telling me bye. Some people just disappear. They don't tell me goodbye or anything. You have a great day also. Today is Saturday. I think I need to go on another walk. I love a day like this. Today is actually a jacket day. I went outside and I felt like I need a jacket today. And here it is, May. It's May already, the 3rd of May. We should be getting those hotter days or warmer days. I smelled marijuana yesterday. I was sitting outside in the yard, just enjoying the day, listening to the birds, and then I got a whiff of marijuana. They call it Zaza now. They call it Zaza. They used to call it Sticky Icky or Maui Wowie. It's TV show, where 506 people compete against each other in different Korean child games. Okay. They had another, Peter Gabriel had a song that was about You hear him singing the the name of the name of the game, and it was where world people compete all over the world. He's a British singer, I think. He Peter Gabriel. Oh God, I forgot. There's another one called "It's a Mistake" by what was it? The Minute Work in the '80s had a song called "It's a Mistake." It was about nuclear war. I'm glad I remembered Peter Gabriel sings the song, but it's a French word or French words that describe a game. Yeah, but it's in Squid Game. If you lose the game, you die for real. I didn't know that. Wow, the stakes are kind of high, aren't they? Shall we play a game? Wasn't that War Games with Matthew Broderick and Ali Sheedy in the '80s? You used to watch that movie. It's called War Games. They they think it's a computer game, but then they find out it's an actual program to launch nuclear weapons. Mars Attacks is a pretty good one. We hide in the dunes by the seaside. I have it in my playlist. Do I remember you, Stephen Smith? Have you changed your profile? That's what I always ask first. If you've changed your profile, probably not. You should have a code word. We should have a code word. Yeah, it reminds me of Saw the movie. Yeah, your key is behind your eye. You have to dig the key out from behind your eye. Just, it's amazing. They were all revenge stories. You, yes, my favorite food is sushi. You're correct. Sushi means with rice in Japanese. We hide in dunes by the seaside, kissing baboons in the jungle. She's so puffy. That's a pretty interesting song. I. It's very you. They use a lot of what are they called? Those euphemisms. It'll come to me one day. I'll remember it while in the shower or right as I'm drifting off to sleep. Peter Gabriel sings a lot of good songs. He sings a lot of good songs. I don't sound like a queer or nothing, but I think unicorns are kick-ass. I just wish my memory was better. Sometimes I've noticed my memory is a lot slower. If you could own one exotic animal, like a lion, what would you pick? Exotic animal. I'm thinking parrot. Just a parrot, just so I can hear it, teach it some words, or because poisonous snakes, you're chancing it. You're taking a big chance if you own a poisonous snake, because they're unpredictable. Just like humans. Humans are unpredictable. I would choose a duck. There's a story about Tom Savini. Tom Savini was he's still around, I think. He's a special effects expert. They call him Captain Splatter or something like that. But he was in Vietnam, and I guess the trip wires were set off, and he shot into the bushes. He fired off into the bushes with his M60 or something like that, and what happened was a duck set off that tripwire. It was a duck, and that's what got him out of Vietnam. So he never ate duck after that. So that's an interesting story about the duck. He will never eat duck because that duck saved his life. He he could have died in Vietnam, but he freaked out because that duck set off some tripwires and it sent some flares up. So he just started firing his machine gun into the bushes, and now he lived on to make Friday the 13th, creep show. Okay, how about if you could choose a mythical animal like a dragon? I probably would take a dragon. If I could have a dragon, you know, uh, but then again, I'd have to protect it somehow because everyone wants to slay a dragon. Everybody wants the bragging rights, slaying a dragon. And most of the time, dragons are magical. So maybe it could protect itself. I could just chill with my dragon. We could go fly the friendly skies. I'd have to get a saddle made so I can climb on top of my dragon and it can spread its wings out. It kind of reminds me of Dragon Heart. You ever see the movie Dragon Heart with Sean Connery and what was it? Dennis Quaid. Dennis Quaid. Yeah. They they became friends. Yeah. A dragon, of course. Either that or Medusa. Medusa is a mythical creature, but I'd have to have a special pair of glasses so that I wouldn't be turned to stone. I guess Medusa was an archer also. She didn't just have that. That'd be wicked. She has snakes in her hair. To say, if you guys don't give me what I want, I'm just going to unleash Medusa. I'm at Medusa. They got it backwards in Clash of the Titans. Ever watch Clash of the Titans? The original one with Ray Harryhausen. He was the special effects guy. See, after Medusa's head was chopped off, then the Pegasus was born. The Pegasus, yeah. And huge scorpions, I think, were all born from her blood. See, in the original story, Perseus used Hermes' sandals. Hermes' sandals is what got him around. He was able to go anywhere with these sandals. Hermes was able to just take off. He had incredible speed. I think that's where Flash came from. Would you choose cheese? Cheez-It Monster? Probably. Cheese. If I could just remember the name of that song. I know how it goes. I could point to it. I could bring up the video. It's interesting that we're talking about that game, that Korean game where people actually die if they lose. I'm 10 and I love it. You love in England or you live in England? You live in England. Okay. Did they take down Big Ben? I remember Big Ben was like a big monument of some kind. Big Ben was a clock. That's one of the main but Scotland is where all the no. Scotland is where most of the castles are. Castles are wonders of the world, I think. I've seen castles built in caves. I've seen castles built on cliff sides. At least pictures of them. I've never actually gone. It's not less cool. That's right. It's raining a lot there in England, isn't it? Kind of like Seattle. A lot of suicides in Seattle, I think, because there isn't any sunshine. Seattle, Scotland, a lot of rain, a lot of fog. I can actually hear when fog is coming. I can hear there's a deafening sound when fog, it actually affects sound, I've noticed. The castles are in Wales, yeah. If you are from Wales, you are Welsh. If you're from Denmark, you are Danish. And then there's the Norwegians are from Norway. The Swiss are from Switzerland. The Venetians are from Venetia. I would love to go to Hogwarts Castle to, yeah, it's real rich. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, to teach magic at Hogwarts. I think you could actually have a castle. There's a magician's castle, people who do magic tricks, you know, like Penn and Teller and Doug Henning and David Copperfield, you know, David Blaine. Those are people who do magic tricks. I'd like to teach real magic. That'd be cool. Teach chaos magic, sigil magic, conjuring, you know, safe conjuring. You are Welsh. Okay, if you're from Wales, all right. Welcome. Now I have bragging rights. I have a Welsh person all the way from Wales. Bragging rights. Can I see your bragging rights? Have you seen all the Harry Potter movies? You binge them. Some of them, yes, I have all of the movies. I think it's all the way up to 6, episode 6. I remember when it first came out in the early 2000s, when those kids, they're all in their 30s now. The, who was it? Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson, Rupert Grint. I think I said his name right. And a lot of them have passed away already. The guy who played Professor Snape, Alan Rickman. The guy who played Hagrid, he's dead too. It's amazing how quickly all that happened. That all just happened. Yes. Big is a lot less cool. Big Ben is a lot less cool. I've never been outside of the U.S. I would love to go to places like that to see where history took place. You know, like Joan of Arc and who was that? Richard the Lionhearted. You know, where all these fights or battles. Some battles lasted 100 years or 300 years. There's 8 movies. There are 8 of them. Yeah, because one was separated. Yeah. Alan Rickman played. Yes, he did. Yes. And then there was Hagrid was the one that had all the knowledge about all the creatures. He was teaching them how to interact with the creatures, like that griffin, you know, and it's interesting to watch that every now and again, just binge watch or one a day or something like that, and just to follow the storyline. Remember what it was like back when Harry Potter came out? Everybody, everybody lined up to watch Harry. I remember it was a hot day. You like Hagrid, yes. London is cool. Yeah, those are the Imperial Guards. Make way for the King's Guard! Back off! I like watching them say, back off! People want to touch the King's Guards. People want to get real close to them, and they have to yell, back off! Make way for the King's Guard! I really liked Snape because he was a complex character. Yes, he was on both sides. He was playing both sides. He was on the side of Dumbledore, but he was also part of the Slytherin group, you know, the black magicians. That's why he was teaching Defense Against the Dark Arts. You know, it was awesome to watch the bad guys. The bad guys were so cool in the movie. They all just appeared and waved their wands and kicked ass. Spy for Dumbledore. Yeah, he was. But what's horrible is getting caught in the middle. They're very they're very were that was really good accent. Oh, you like the accent, huh? People like my accents. King's Guards! Make way for the King's Guards! Back off! I like that. These old ladies that come up, or these people who think that they can just touch the King's God. So that was accurate, huh? Let's see. But yeah, but in the last movie, Snape is killed. I know, by the snake. I remember that. See, it's hard for me to watch some of that because I always like the good guys to win. But when people have to die, I guess that's how things are put together. You know, that's how a story goes when you don't sugarcoat it. Like Joan of Arc. I keep thinking of Joan of Arc, what happened to her. Here you find out a spy for Dumbledore. Yeah, always. He knew Harry Potter's husband, or no, his mother. He knew his mother. That's why he took so much interest in him. You know, I think everybody was rooting for Harry Potter. Very realistic. I rode. You have? Wow, what a privilege. That's special. It's funny to watch the Bobby cops when they say, "You're not special. You're not special. Get off of that. You're not special." I guess I'm not special. American Werewolf in London. Have you seen that movie? That's a good watch if you're an adult. Snape loved his mother, yes, but hated his dad. That's why he had the hate-love relationship. Isn't that interesting? You can't really be loyal. Sometimes loyalty is tough. You can't love one and hate the other. Sometimes you have to play both. But then in the process of playing both sides, you could wind up getting smashed, you know. But sometimes you have to do that. You have to be a master of trickery. Like the Sun Tzu's art of war. You have to master deception. It's all about deception. Have you tried British food? I've heard of it. My brother has actually gone to London. He rode the train and everything. He tells me about his experiences. It would be nice. It's a magical experience. I'd like to do that. Maybe one day. One day I'll wake up and I'll be on a plane to London or Heathrow. Is that Heathrow Airport? I'm so worried about the baggage retrieval system they've got at Heathrow. That's a Monty Python song. Have you tried? Oh, okay. You should go to the Lake District. That would be nice with proper, dress properly. Get like a nice jacket to protect me from the cold, and a good hat, and some gloves maybe. Uh, The way to confuse the enemy first, confuse yourself. Yeah, and know thyself. If you know yourself and you know your enemy, it's very important to know yourself and know your enemy. That's why wars don't go well if you don't know your enemy, and also advance when your enemy retreats. Napoleon Bonaparte, he said never interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake. Never interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake. It's so cool. Strategy, not weaponry. It's strategy sometimes that wins wars. Yes, Heathrow is a massive and wow, 13 gates. That's international, isn't it? That's like LA International Airport. Wow. And trying to get your luggage, just trying to get your luggage, how hard that would be. The Lake District is, oh yeah, I love mountains. I used to live in the Sierra Nevada mountains. I never saw one bear. I saw evidence of bears. I guess bears like to claw trees to mark their territory, and I saw some trees that were marked. It's weird. You just see a part of the tree where the bark is clawed, the the bark is clawed off, and it was right where I used to play too. I would play in an area. I was into outdoor survival, bushcraft kind of stuff. You lived in Nevada, did you? No, I went to Las Vegas. No, Nevada. There was Las Vegas, Nevada. We went because we were too young to gamble. We would go to Circus. We would get all in a van. We would get or some whatever vehicle we can find. We'd get into. It was a VW van with my aunt Penny. We all got in her van and we would go to Circus, and we'd go upstairs where all the kids' games were. Downstairs, you see everybody playing slot machines. Area 51. That's a mysterious place. He lives in Georgia. M. Steve. Okay. I live in Georgia. I live in Georgia. No. Do I know you? Probably not. I don't know. I don't see what people look like. People can see what I look like. Somebody can know me, but I don't know what they look like. I could run into some people that have seen me. Oh, you live in Reading. I remember Reading. Portola is near Reading. Yeah, I lived in Portola. That's like a out in the middle of nowhere kind of town. We would go from Portola into Nevada. What's cool is in Nevada you can buy butterfly knives and things like that. It was so interesting. There was a lot of things that were legal in Nevada that are not legal in California. It's 1 hour away from. Yes, I remember Loyalton also. Loyalton, Susanville, um, Quincy. I went to in Quincy. There was Feather River College. Reading NE. Do you know Agent 47, the Hitman game? I'm not familiar with a lot of games. There's people talk mostly about Fortnite and what was another one? There's Fortnite, Roblox, and Pokemon Go, and reading in England. My generation started. It started with video games. At first, it was the arcade games. We would all go to the arcade and play games. You put a quarter in the machine, and you'd play a video game for as long as you could on the quarter. But then they started with Atari. Atari came out with all these like Tank Commander and Pac-Man and Space Invaders, and that's what brought it home. People didn't leave their houses to go to arcades anymore. If you ever watch Wayne's World, they talk about arcades. There is Agent 47 movie called Hitman. Okay. It is a place in England called Reading. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a place in America called Reading. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Because I know Georgia is a place in Russia, and here I am in America, a place called Georgia. Yeah, isn't that neat? Everybody has a Reading. There's a Reading. That's why they came out with A Nightmare on Elm Street, because there's an Elm Street in every town. I think every town has an Elm Street. So that's why I think Wes Craven thought of A Nightmare on Elm Street. I was in high school when that movie came out, the very first A Nightmare on Elm Street. I have that on DVD. DVD. DVDs are easier to keep. Agent 47, basically John Wick, but better because he's a clone of the smartest and toughest, I see, gang leaders. So he kills the targets better. So so he's the guy to call on. We need to take care of a problem. That's got to be a tough job to be a boss because there's a lot of responsibility. Am I AI? No. I'm an actual person. I go to the bathroom and everything. Rap roars. Rap tours. You are not AI. We are not AI. I watch commercials sometimes and I watch the lips move and I can tell that it's AI. I'm asking him about a game I like. Yeah. Or whether I've heard of it or not. I think it's getting close to supper time. Okay, you are just quick at writing. Oh, okay. Some people are. Well, this has been a good time. We'll have to do this again sometime. Oh, yeah, I'm good at texting. Yeah, you go and do the texting. A lot of people have very nimble thumbs. We have opposable thumbs. Like, share, and subscribe. Oh, it's Mike D again. Welcome. Welcome back. Well, I guess it's time for me to take a break. I guess we could do this again tomorrow after I get all my stuff done. All right, Ed. You have a good day. See. Yeah, see you next time on Eddie's Funhouse. You also, and sweet dreams to those in the UK. It's probably a lot later there. There's a 5-hour time difference. All right, everybody.